Today, we're talking about the road to recovery. That whole period after a big health event that we don't always think about. It can feel like you're lost without a map, right? Well, there is a map, and we're going to trace it together, from the very first steps all the way to the destination.
It's a question so many of us end up facing, for ourselves or for someone we love. The immediate crisis, the scary part, is over. But now, the real work of actually getting back to life is just getting started. And this is where having a plan, a structured way to heal, becomes absolutely crucial.
So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with two key paths, regaining versus maintaining. Then we'll talk about the real goal, a fuller life. We'll meet the team that gets you there, look at the tools and places for recovery, and finally, celebrate the benefits that make it all worth it.
Okay, first up, it is so important to get this. Not all recovery care is the same. There are really two main paths you can be on, and they each have a totally different focus.
Let's break this down. So, on one side, you've got what's called rehabilitative care. Think of this as the regain phase. It's that intense, focused push right after something happens, an injury, a surgery, to get back as much as you can. But on the other side, you have restorative care. This is the maintain phase. It's the long-term, ongoing work to hold on to those skills you just fought so hard for and make sure you don't lose ground. You could say one is about climbing the mountain, and the other is about enjoying the view and not sliding back down.
So what's the whole point of this journey? What are we all working towards? Well, it's not just about healing a cut or fixing a bone. Nope, it's about something so much bigger. It's about reclaiming a full, meaningful life.
And what that really means in practice goes way beyond the physical. Just look at these goals here. It's not just about being able to care for yourself. It's about your emotional and social well-being. It's about adapting to new limits with dignity, and it's about stopping future problems before they start. It's a whole-person view of what getting better actually means.
And that brings us to this core idea, treating the whole person. Recovery is not just about the body part that was injured. It's about dealing with the emotional side of things, rebuilding those social connections you might have lost, and even supporting a person's spirit. Every single one of these pieces, the physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, is an essential part of the puzzle. You can't just focus on one.
And to treat the whole person, well, you need a whole team. This is not a journey you ever take by yourself. There's a dedicated group of pros and, just as importantly, loved ones who are there with you every single step of the way.
This team is a mix of all sorts of experts. You've got doctors and nurses on the medical side, therapists who guide the physical work, social workers who help you figure out the whole system. But look who's listed right there as a core part of the team. Family members. That's key. Everybody works together towards the goals the client sets. And the family's role is so much more than just being cheerleaders. They become real active partners in healing. Yeah, they provide emotional support, but they also help with daily practice. They're in on the care planning meetings, they learn how to help out safely, and they change things at home to make independence possible. They are literally helping to build the recovery from the ground up.
Okay, so we know the why and the who. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the how and the where of recovery. What does this care actually look and feel like day to day?
First up, we've got physical therapy, or PT. Think of this as rebuilding the body's engine. It's all about improving strength, getting mobility back, and really fine-tuning your balance and coordination so you can move safely. Now, if PT is about how the body moves, occupational therapy, or OT, is all about why it moves. OT takes all that new strength and coordination and puts it to work in real life. It helps you relearn all those essential daily tasks, things we take for granted like getting dressed, making a meal, or taking a shower.
And then there's speech therapy, which is about way more than just talking. It deals with two of the most basic human functions, our ability to communicate our thoughts and feelings, and our ability to swallow safely, which is so critical after something like a stroke.
And remember that whole person approach we talked about? This is where it really shines. Vocational therapy can help a person figure out how to get back to work. And psychological therapy gives them that crucial support for the emotional roller coaster that comes with navigating a totally new reality.
So where does all this amazing work happen? Well, it depends. The setting is always tailored to what a person needs at that moment. It might be super intensive rehab right in the hospital, or specialized therapy at a dedicated rehab center. Or it could be ongoing therapy at an outpatient clinic while living at home, or even having therapists come right to your house. The whole point is to find the right environment for that specific stage of recovery. So after all of this hard work, from the client, the family, the whole team, what's the payoff? What makes this whole journey so worthwhile?
let's talk about the lasting benefits.
This is what success looks like, and it is truly life-changing. It's not just about getting physically stronger. It's about gaining the confidence that comes with that strength. It's about lowering the risk of things like falls or depression down the road. It's about getting back out there, seeing friends, and being part of the community again. And really, it all adds up to a better quality of life. Not just for the person recovering, but for their whole family.
You know, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The work isn't just about the mechanics of the body. It's deeply human. The goal is to help people adapt and improve, so they regain not just function, but also their dignity, their self-worth, and their enjoyment of life.
So we'll leave you with this thought. Recovery isn't just about healing a body, it's about restoring a whole life. So the question for all of us is, how can we, as a community, as friends and neighbors, get better at supporting that journey? It's a conversation really worth having. Thanks for joining us.